the Animaniacs were at the front door to Kim Possible's house. They had to drop off some stuff for her since she wasn't feeling well. She wasn't sick with the flu or anything. It was that time of the month, so the first day was worse for women. Yakko, Dot, and Wacko stood at the front of Kim's house. "What's the point on coming here anyway?" Wacko asked, dumbfounded. "Because she said to us that she has a stomachache," Yakko replied. "It's something girls get. Even the Lion Queen understands it since she gets that too," Dot stated. "These pads and Advil should help." "I think buying the girls stuff was embarrassing," Wacko said. "I know, but we're Kim's friends, and friends do nice things for each other," Yakko replied as Kim opened the door. "Thanks for coming. My cramps are bad, but at least I can get out of bed," Kim said as she let the Animaniacs inside her house. Dot, Wacko, and Yakko entered the house. They handed Kim Possible the personal stuff she had asked them for. They headed for the kitchen. "Your parents left for work?" Dot asked. "Yeah, they also took my brothers to school. Shigo is on her period as well, so she's pretty much just a ticking time bomb at that time." Kim sighed as she groaned in pain from the cramping she's been feeling. "Yikes, I know Shigo's a bitch, but you know what she did to Gruntilda for prank calling her?" Yakko asked. "She told me about that. I was laughing when she shoved the phone right up Grunty's ass." Kim chuckled with a laugh. Then her communicator began to ring, and it was Ron on the phone. "I gotta go take this call upstairs. You guys can help yourself to anything in the kitchen," Kim added as she left the kitchen. "Hope Kim Possible has something good to eat," Dot says, as she opens the fridge to see if some fruit in a bowl, so she grabbed that. "Wow, she's got some egg muffins. Great for us," Yakko said as he started to take the egg muffins from the fridge. "Man, I wish they had sugary drinks," Wacko sighed, not having any luck on finding them. "Wacko, you know that sugary drinks are not good in the morning or for breakfast," Dot scolded. As Wacko was about to give up, he found a case of root beer inside the fridge, so he took it out so he can open it. "I have a feeling he's going to get hyper," Yakko said, having a bad feeling about Wacko drinking root beer in the morning. "Kim should have hid the soda drinks," Dot sighed, and Wacko drank 3 cans of root beer before heading to the cupboards to look for something to eat. While rummaging through them, Wacko found a bag of Sour Patch Kids inside. "Sour Patch Kids! They're tasty," Yakko said, opening up the bag to eat them. "Wacko, sugar isn't good for breakfast," Yakko warned him. "You're going to get hyper from that." "I just know it," Dot sighed as she ate some fruit. "Kim isn't going to care. She said we can help ourselves," Wacko said as he ate the Sour Patch Kids. Soon after he drank some root beer and ate some more Sour Patch Kids, he began to get excited. "What's up with him?" Dot asked Yakko. "He's excited, and I have a feeling he's going to be hyper," Yakko answered, as Wacko started jumping up and down like a kid on Christmas Day. "I'm so full of energy now that I'm the great Wakkoilio!" "Oh," Wacko exclaimed in excitement as he raised his shirt over his head. "Yep, we guessed it right," Dot sighed, knowing it was going to be a long day. While in Space Voyager's space station, Space Voyager was doing a lesson on aliens in the class when Wacko stood up from his desk. "Wacko is hyper again," Yakko whispered to Dot. "Hope we don't have to chase after him," Dot answered. As Space Voyager turned around to his class, he saw that Wacko wasn't in his seat on his desk. He was up and around the classroom. "Wacko, please sit down," Space Voyager sighed, as Wacko had his shirt over his hat and head like Beavis did. As Wacko did this, he went over to Jasmine and Aladdin on their desks, mainly distracting them. "I am the great Wakkoilio. Do you have hot sauce for my bunghole?" Wacko asks them, although Jasmine and Aladdin sighed in frustration as Wacko was distracting them. "Wacko, leave us alone," Jasmine sighed. "You're distracting us," Aladdin added, as Wacko, who was hyper and he lost his concentration on the lesson, he began to head out of the classroom. Space Voyager notices this and tries to stop Wacko, only before he leaves the room. "Wacko, where are you going?" Space Voyager asked, but Wacko didn't hear Voyager talking to him and left the room. "God damn it, Wacko!" Yakko sighed in frustration as he facepalmed. Where did Wacko go? Space Voyager asked. He asked Dot and Yakko. No idea. He drank a lot of root beer and ate a lot of Sour Patch Kids at Kim Possible's house, Dot explained. Maybe he's got diarrhea, Patrick suggested. We didn't need to know that, Yakko sighed in disgust. Due to the sugar he ate earlier, I am not surprised he would be hyper, Space Voyager concluded, knowing that had to be the answer. We better go find him, or he'll get himself hurt or something, Dot said as she and Yakko both left Space Voyager's classroom just to go ahead and find Wakko. As Wakko was in the hallway, he was saying the same thing. I am the great Wakkoilio. Do you have hot sauce? Hot sauce for my bunghole? No one could understand Wakko since he was hyper, and since he wasn't making any sense, Wakko then headed for the boys' bathroom and decided to clog one of the toilets with too much toilet paper being shoved at the toilet at the same time. I am the great Wakkoilio! Wakko shouted in the bathroom, as his voice echoed in response before leaving the bathroom. As he left the boys' bathroom, he saw Zach the Celtics guy in his guest quarters doing a live stream when he turned to see Wakko. Wakko had his shirt over his head and hat while mumbling stuff. Although Zach was confused and wondered why Wakko was in the room. Wakko, why are you in my guest quarters? Zach asked. I am the great Wakkoilio. Do you have hot sauce for my bunghole? Wakko replied, questioning Zach, to which he was confused. Why do you need hot sauce, Wakko? Don't you have tons of it at home? Zach questioned, as Wakko started to laugh like a kid as he was hyper. Hot sauce for my bunghole, Wakko says, as he heads for Zach's mini fridge to find hot sauce, but he couldn't find any. I need hot sauce for my bunghole. Bungholio hot sauce, Wakko says as he marches around saying weird stuff that Zach has never seen him do before. I think you've gotten hyper, Zach chuckled at the fact that Wakko was talking crazy before he left the room. Shortly after Wakko left, Zach decided to tell his fans on his stream about Wakko butting in and being silly, to which his fans thought it was funny. Wakko wandered in the space station for a couple of minutes when he found Shigo in her guest quarters. She was in her bathrobe when Wakko walked in. He didn't knock on the door, he just waltzed in to Shigo's surprise. Wakko, what are you doing here? Shigo asked. Confused as she was, she wondered why Wakko wandered into her guest quarters. Are you threatening me? I need hot sauce for my bunghole, Wakko says quickly. No, I wasn't threatening you. And second, why on earth do you need hot sauce? Shigo asked, now more confused. You have tons and a lot of hot sauce at home. Why do you need more? I am the great Wakkoilio, Wakko exclaimed. While hyper, he ends up consuming a large bottle of Palm Bay Cooler from Shigo's counter. Well, if you're gonna get wasted, Wakko, that's not my problem, Shigo sighed in confusion. But what the fuck is the great Wakkoilio? I am the great Wakkoilio! Will you please take off your bathrobes to see the bodyo? Wakko says to Shigo. Knowing that this was getting on Shigo's nerves, she knew what Wakko was trying to have her to do. Ah, get out of here, Wakko, you pervert! Or I'll roast your ass in 5 seconds if you don't get the hell out! Shigo warned while her hands glowed bright green with plasma flames. As Wakko left the bathroom, Dot and Yakko entered Shigo's room. Oh, Shigo, hope you're okay if we come in, Dot said, not expecting to see Shigo in her bathrobe. Oh, since despite me being on my period, you guys can come in, Shigo said, as Yakko and Dot both walked in. Wakko came in here, and he's confusing me. He's saying he's the great Wakkoilio, or whatever it is he said. He also says he needs hot sauce. Wakko's been saying that since the sugary stuff he had at Kim's house earlier kicked in, Yakko stated. He's been hyper and being crazy. He walked into Zach while he was doing a live stream, Dot added. Now everyone's confused. He drank some Palm Bay Cooler when he walked in. I thought he was going to strip off my bathrobe like how Patrick did 2 years ago, Shigo replied. I remember when Patrick did that, Shigo. It was really perverted of him, Dot said. He asked me to take off my bathrobe, and I threatened to roast him if he didn't leave. I swear, he acts like a pervert with like Patrick Starr. When I'm on my period, I can be twice as nasty. Shigo growled in frustration. That is harassment, Shigo, of what Wacko said for you to do. At least he didn't do anything dumb, Dot stated. No shit. I would have roasted his tail if he tried anything, Shigo replied. Well, do you know where Wacko went off to? Yakko asked. No idea. If I find him, I'll let you know as soon as I get dressed, Shigo answered, before Yakko and Dot left the room to find Wacko. As Wacko and Dot entered the Lion Queen's guest quarters, they had asked her if she had seen Wacko. They explained to her about Wacko being hyper, and when they mentioned that Wacko was saying, the great Wakkoilio, I need a hot sauce for my bunghole, the Lion Queen invited Dot and Yakko to her guest quarters. Wacko, they saw, was on the couch asleep. His shirt was on properly again, and he was sleeping peacefully, with a blanket on his back. I guess the sugary stuff has finally worn out, Yakko commented. Hopefully this has taught Wacko a lesson on not to be so hyper, Dot added, and he'll have to apologize to Shigo for asking her something perverted to do, whenever he's calm, and after he wakes up, that is. Since it has been a long day, Wacko eventually woke up and apologized to Dot and Yakko for him going off hyper. It was all because of the root beer and the Sour Patch Kids he had at Kim's house, causing him to get very hyper. He also apologized to Shigo for being a pervert towards her while in a hyper state, to which Shigo says that he was lucky that she didn't roast him. Don and Yakko will now know that Wacko may go hyper again, but only if they limit him on how much sugary drinks and snacks he can have.